Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Sunday, April 5th, 2020, and in a move that should not surprise anybody, I came back to the Raritan River today. But this is actually not the beginning of my fishing day. I did go back to that honey hole from yesterday, and I fished that for about an hour and a half, and I got absolutely no bites. I fished with the Kitech, fished with a few other lures, not even a bump. So that tells me that the walleye and the striped bass that were there have moved on. I could have spent the day going around to different spots and seeing if I could find them again, but one thing that did happen, on my way back from that fishing spot, I actually caught a decent sized smallmouth, and it absolutely crushed the bait. So that tells me that the smallies should be active, and instead of trying to find the traditionally nomadic walleye and stripers, I decided to hit up some smallmouth hotspots and see if I couldn't bag a few of those. And I'm going to start by throwing around the same thing I was using to get those stripers, which is the Kitech on the 16th ounce jig head. Boy, what a difference a day makes. Yesterday I was bailing big stripers and walleye just about as fast as I could cast my lure in the water. Today I'm forced to completely change my game plan, and I'm struggling to find bites. Just really drives home the point of just how lucky I got last night. I honestly wish I could take credit for finding those fish and catching them, but those fish found me. It was 100% luck that I had the day that I did yesterday. I'm certainly not complaining. Being a lucky son of a bitch has served me well over the years. There's a fish. Whoa, hey, that's what I'm after, guys. That is a sweet looking smallie. All right. Yeah! Now this is about the size of the one I caught before off camera. So I've caught two of these today. I'll take these all day long. Very nice. And the old sexy shad, Kitech. Easy shiner. This stretch of river that I'm fishing right now has been stocked with trout as part of the state's spring trout stocking program. And I have seen a few swimming around. And if I wanted to, I could fall back on those. Maybe tie on a spinner, catch a few, maybe pad the video a little bit in case I don't get any more bites from smallmouths. But I'm putting all my eggs in the smallmouth basket today. I'm not going to try to fool around with any stockies just to make a longer video. It's smallmouths or bust. So, if you saw the timestamp in the corner of the video, if it looks particularly short, it's because the smallies didn't cooperate. Alright guys, well, I am not catching much, but I am learning. And what I've learned so far today is there's no fish in the deep, long runs. I fished the deep, slow water all the way down there for about half a mile, and nothing. The two spots where I caught my smallies today have had two main things in common. They had depth, and they had current. So for the rest of the day, I'm going to focus on areas that have both depth and current. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm really going to pick apart this hole in the hopes that the smallmouth I got out of here earlier isn't the only one that lives here. Ooh, guys. I thought I hooked onto something down there, and it turns out I did. My guess is that's from either a carp or a sucker. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself, because if that's from a smallmouth, that's a big, big smallmouth that I just missed. There we go. Fish on. All right. Looks like another smallie. He sure is. I know that jump. In you go. There we go, guys. Well, I made a few lure changes and finally started dragging around a jig. This one just kind of thumped it. Nice fish. That's a decent 2-pound smallmouth. All right. There we go. This is fighting a little different. Oh, no, it's a smallie. Oh, jeez. He almost went through my legs. This is big fish of the day right here, guys. Yeah! Whew! Look at this one. That's a chunk. That's got to be a 4-pounder. Really sweet fish. Awesome on that jig. And I've been working this hole for like 20 minutes. So it's not like this fish was quick to get that jig. Man, that's a solid fish. All right. Well, guys, things can turn around very, very quickly. Yesterday, I was bailing big fish, one right after another, without really trying. And today I came back, found that my honey hole had dried up, and I was forced to switch gears and find another way to catch them. But the door swings both ways. Early today, I was struggling, trying to put a catch together, but eventually I was able to find the pattern. I figured out what kind of water the fish were sitting in. I played around with my lure choices, found out what they wanted, and was finally rewarded with my 2 biggest smallmouths of 2020, including one that might be tough to beat for the rest of the year. So, while today's trip lacked the quantity and quality of fish that yesterday's trip had, it was nonetheless very satisfying. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next adventure.